Our South by Southwest sofa sessions are brought to you by Easy Visibility. Now entrepreneurs and voices everywhere can be heard, be seen with ease. Be sure to support small business with some jewelry or a rainbow cat hoodie from our merch shop at imperfectfifth.com/merch.
So my name is Erik Sanden, and I'm in the band Demitasse and also the art rock band Buttercup. And I don't know, I fell in love with music, as soon as I could really hear. My mother's a singer, like an operatic style singer with perfect pitch. I am not that, but I was surrounded by that as a child. So I think it comes through the family. My grandfather was a musician. My uncle's a portrait painter. So it's like there's art and music in the fam. So that's how it started for me. Yeah.
I know, of course, as you mentioned just briefly there, that you and Joe this isn't your first rodeo together, music-wise. And so just wanted to know, for our fans who might not know as much, how did you two come up with this idea for this project?
I call Demitasse an accidental pregnancy. The band really started by accident, in that Buttercup was our main band, and in 2009 it was a really uneven year. A lot was happening. My father was fighting cancer, and he was dying, and I was spending a lot of time back and forth going to Boston where he was. Mm-hmm. And so I was writing a series of songs, and our drummer was leaving us, so it was a really heavy time for us. And Buttercup, we're still recovering from the loss of our drummer here these years later in some ways. But when he left, it was in that period that Joe and I when I would get back into town, we would record these songs I was writing and some songs that he was writing. And we just did them very quickly as demos, and we had no intention of putting it out. But they hung together as this beautiful, sad little thing that was a little different than Buttercup. I think it's like the inverse of Buttercup, where Buttercup is 80% rock and roll and maybe 20% softness, and you flip that, and Demitasse is like 80% very, very soft and minimal, and maybe 20% tempo and rhythm.
You guys seem to have found some pretty interesting ways to work together, and I wondered, has that continued, especially with the social distancing and everything that's happening now, as opposed to where we should be at South by Southwest? Have you found that this time has inspired you more, or perhaps brought you in a different direction with your work, or has it maybe been more distracting for you?
It's a good question. I am so consumed with survival right now that music has stopped, honestly, in the last week. Aside from, we're doing interviews and stuff, this is the time we should be promoting our record. And I should be writing songs. But I write when it feels right. I had a solo show this last week. We had South by shows. We had a whole lot of stuff. I was actually really looking forward to this solo show, just because it's a challenge for me to play without Joe Reyes. I rely on him. Playing with him is like riding around in a Cadillac. It's really easy. You just turn to him. He will cover things on the guitar if I slip. We've been playing together so long that it's seamless. I feel like we lately that we do this. I make a joke on live where I say, okay, we're going to be like Tuvan throat singer. We're going to sing with one voice, and we can do this thing where it does sound like it's a single voice now. I've learned how to sound like him and vice versa. It's kind of funny, but it's also kind of powerful. And so we've been, we build our songs around melody, but some of them lately we've been just singing in unison. We usually build them around harmony, where we're both singing different notes. Where we're singing in unison, it's really powerful and simple, So that's a long-winded answer. But I'm not doing anything right now. I'm actually just freaking out about a lot of stuff.
People have kind of turned to you guys as a whole for their content and for their entertainment, which is so funny because it's like if everybody else is allowed to, take pause and reevaluate things or be scared, like there's also room for musicians and actors and people that have platforms to also have those feelings. So I just hope that everything is going well for you and that everyone around you is staying safe and healthy as best as possible.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're doing it all right. I mean, I've haven't seen anyone except my girlfriend. I actually have a house guest here from Spain that's may not be able to return for the foreseeable future. So we're kind of like this strange family right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, I've never seen anything like this. I had you talking about the online concerts. I saw Rhett Miller, a friend of mine. He was doing a concert last night. I think it's on Stage It and check out What Rhett. He's doing it for like you could pay what you want, 50 cents to see Rhett, and he's gonna do it all out. And I would call it like, there's I feel like there's two classes right now. There's the upper class, include people like Bono,
Right.
and Asian people like Don Henley, and then also probably Kanye and all these artists that have probably can weather this storm. But then there's these other artists that are very popular and have been very successful, but I would call them the middle class because they don't even approach that level of like Bono. And that would be people like Rhett. And I think those people are totally screwed right now because to keep the balls moving into, he has to support his entire band and, and his family and all of this stuff. It's always in motion and he does very well. But right now, all that motion is stopped. I worry about that. And we will do something like that soon. I mean, honestly, Joe of tour, we're not seeing each other because he's self-quarantining. I mean, he might, there's just got to be this period before we can get together. So we were going to do a video. We were going to do a lot of fun stuff. That's going to be on hold until, he's in the clear and I'm in the clear. I mean, I can't think of a time where I haven't seen Joe.
That was my big thing is like, there's a separation factor here. And are you guys doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's weird. Like we have a rehearsal place that in downtown San Antonio is a beautiful studio that we've made. It looks like the Flaming Lips threw up in there, and it's got all kinds of weird. It's got good lighting and all our equipment, all this stuff, and it's been a home base where we make art, and we're taking turns going down there. I mean, it's weird. That's what's happening.
While everyone else has been pillaging paper products, what one item would you buy the store out of if given the chance right now?
This is the wine apocalypse. I am. It's wine, and there's too much wine that I'm drinking right now.
That's fine.
As I was getting healthier, that has stopped for the time being. This is helping numb me a little bit each night. I'm doing Skype sessions with my friends. I have a date tomorrow night with my friend Brent. We're gonna
That's awesome.
cook dinner. I'll have my girlfriend. I think his girlfriend will be there, and we're gonna cook dinner across Skype and guzzle wine and play guitar with each other because we like to play a lot of guitar together. It's fun.
See, sometimes technology is a good thing. I know normally we're burdened by it, but this week and next week, it's chill.
It's helping. I swear. Do you know Paula, the musician in Dallas? He's a great producer, but I had a Skype hangout with him yesterday during the day, and it was lovely. I mean, it was awesome. He was trying to hug me across the screen. It felt good to talk to him.
Is there anything that you'd like to plug or share with the audience moving forward over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, the way that you can hear us is to stream our record. I mean, so to Demitasse, we are on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, or you can get on YouTube. I think that's a way that we recorded our record in a living room to sound like we're in your living room, and it does sound that way. So I think it's a way that you can hear us, and I think it's well timed. There's a sense of impending crisis when we recorded this anyway politically in America. We recorded it last May, but there's this kind of stubborn optimism and beauty that's in the music. I mean, someone identified it. Another reviewer was talking about it, saying like, there's this thing in there. These songs. You first listen, they sound sad because of the melodic structure, but they're not. And I think he's right. I don't know. It's just the place that we're moving as musicians is this recognition of the inherent beauty and the inherent generosity in humans. That's there even while you're sweeping up the broken glass. It's like there is there's this beauty, and we I know this is a hard time, but I see it all around. Like nature is in bloom in my yard, everywhere. I mean, it's gorgeous right now. The dogs are really happy that we're quarantining right now. They get a lot of attention, and I just feel like I don't know. Visit us, listen to us, and at least we can communicate that way.